Sto- Not in the meeting room, not in traffic, not in someone else's attitude. It begins is built in small moments. In the morning, before touching your phone, sit upright. Take a breath. Notice your first thought. Do not judge it, just notice it. Then replace it with intention. Today, I choose my response. That single replacement begins the rewiring. Your brain is shaped by repetition. If every morning you repeat anxiety, your brain strengthens anxiety pathways. If every morning you repeat control, your brain strengthens stability. This is practical, not mystical. When a problem appears, instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" say, "How will I respond to this?" That shift moves you from victim to leader. Seneca believed that we are disturbed not by events, but by our opinions about them. So challenge your opinions. If you think, "This always goes wrong," ask yourself, "Is that true?" If you think, "I can't handle this," ask, "What evidence do I have?" Most negative thoughts collapse under inspection. Controlling your mind also means controlling your attention. Where attention goes, emotion follows. If you replay an insult 10 times, you strengthen anger 10 times. If you replay gratitude, you strengthen resilience. Choose what you replay. Here is a daily exercise to build this control. At some point in the morning, visualize one difficulty you might face today. A difficult colleague, a delay, a mistake. Now imagine yourself responding calmly. Practicing this mentally prepares you emotionally. Marcus Aurelius did this daily. He prepared for difficult people before meeting them. That preparation reduced shock and increased composure. When the mind expects difficulty, it is not surprised by it. Another key part of control is self-talk. The words you whisper to yourself become commands. If you say, "I'm terrible at this," your brain obeys. If you say, "I am learning this," your brain adapts. Be careful with your internal language. You are always listening to yourself. And remember, control is not perfection. You will still feel irritation. You will still feel doubt. The difference is that you will notice it sooner. You will recover faster. Think of your mind as a city. Without walls, anyone can enter. Any rumor spreads. Any disturbance causes chaos. But with walls, with awareness, disturbances are filtered. Your morning declaration, "I control my mind," lays the first brick of that wall each day. When failure comes, and you will, do not condemn yourself. Simply return to the practice. Even Marcus Aurelius wrote reminders because he needed them. Control is not a one-time achievement, it is a daily exercise. Over time, you will notice changes. You will react less quickly. You will speak more deliberately. You will recover from setbacks faster. You will feel less drained by other people's behavior. This is what an inner fortress feels like. Not dramatic, not loud, just solid. The world may remain unpredictable, but you become stable within it, and stability is strength. So tomorrow morning, before the world enters your mind, enter it first. Say it clearly, "I control my mind," and then prove it with your actions. 2. I accept what comes. The second word that strengthens your inner fortress is acceptance. Not passive surrender, not weakness, acceptance. Marcus Aurelius practiced what he described as loving fate, embracing events as necessary parts of the whole. This idea is simple, but difficult. It means when something happens, instead of asking, "Why me?" you ask, "How can I use this?" Resistance drains energy. Acceptance preserves it. Think about how much energy is wasted arguing with reality. The meeting is delayed, the weather changes, someone disappoints you. You replay it, you complain, you resist. But the event does not reverse. Seneca explained that fate guides the willing and drags the unwilling. The event will move forward whether you cooperate or not. Acceptance allows you to move with it instead of being dragged by it. This does not mean you stop trying to improve circumstances. It means you stop fighting what already exists. If it is raining, you cannot argue it into sunshine. You adapt. Acceptance gives clarity. When you accept that something has happened, your mind shifts from denial to problem solving. Denial keeps you stuck in emotion. Frustration, anger, and self-pity on top of it, we multiply the weight. Acceptance them. That's discipline of expectation. Instead of being surprised by human flaws, he anticipated them. You can do the same. Before entering a challenging situation, prepare your mindset. Ask, what is the disciplined response here? Visualize it, then follow through. Discipline is especially important when emotions rise. When you are angry, discipline prevents harsh words. When you are anxious, discipline keeps you focused on action. When you are tired, discipline keeps you consistent. Without discipline, emotions drive your decisions, and emotional decisions often create regret. Here is a practical structure you can use. Choose one non-negotiable daily action, something small but meaningful. It could be journaling for 10 minutes. It could be studying. It could be practicing a skill. Do it every day without exception. This builds identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries. You start seeing yourself as someone who follows through. Identity shapes behavior more than motivation ever will. Seneca advised practicing voluntary discomfort. Occasionally choosing difficulty on purpose strengthens resilience. Take a cold shower, fast for a few hours, walk instead of driving. These small challenges teach your mind that you can handle discomfort. And once your mind knows it can handle discomfort, fear loses power. Discipline also means protecting your attention. If you allow distractions to interrupt constantly, you weaken focus. Choose blocks of uninterrupted work. Silence notifications. Guard your concentration. Attention is discipline in action. Another area where discipline matters is speech. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to speak only what is necessary and true. Words carry weight. Undisciplined speech creates unnecessary conflict. Before speaking, ask, is this necessary? Is this helpful? That short pause is discipline. Remember, discipline is not about perfection. You will miss a day. You will fail at times. The key is immediate recovery. Do not allow one mistake to become a pattern. If you skip your routine, return the next day. If you overreact emotionally, reflect and adjust. Discipline is strengthened by returning, not by never falling. Over time, disciplined actions compound. You wake up on time. You move your body daily. You read consistently. You external noise. Do not immediately check messages. Do not immediately open. Here is a practical method. At the beginning of the day, identify 3 essential control of your life. Marcus Aurelius ruled the Roman Empire, yet in meditations he constantly corrected himself. He did not blame the Senate, he did not blame the army, he examined his own thoughts first. That is leadership. If a man ruling an empire still took responsibility for his inner world, what excuse do we have? Most people stay stuck because they prefer blame over responsibility. Blame feels relieving in the moment. It shifts the weight, but it also removes power. When you blame, you wait. When you take responsibility, you act. Seneca believed progress begins when we stop accusing fate and start correcting ourselves. He warned that as long as we say, "It's not my fault," Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that other people's actions belonged to them. His actions belonged to him. That separation creates clarity. You are responsible for your effort. You are responsible for your attitude. You are responsible for your preparation, not for outcomes beyond your control. There is a powerful freedom in this. When you accept responsibility, you stop waiting for rescue. You stop hoping someone else fixes your situation. You stop expecting perfect conditions. You build anyway. Seneca emphasized daily self-examination. Each evening he reviewed his behavior, not with shame, not with self-hatred, but with honesty. He would ask himself what he did well and where he failed. You can practice the same. At night, take 5 minutes. Ask, where did I lose control today? Where did I avoid effort? Where did I act well? Then commit to improving one thing tomorrow. This daily audit strengthens accountability. Responsibility also builds confidence. When you know that your progress depends on your actions, you feel powerful. Even small improvements become meaningful. Imagine improving just 1% daily, one small habit, one better reaction, one completed task. Over months, the results compound. This is not motivational thinking. This is mathematical reality. Responsibility also protects you from victim mentality. Life will not always be fair, but staying in the role of victim drains energy. You can acknowledge difficulty without surrendering to it. Say, this is difficult, but I am responsible for my next move. That sentence changes everything. Another important part of responsibility is ownership of your words. Speak carefully. If you commit to something, follow through. If you make a mistake, admit it quickly. Integrity is responsibility in action. When people know your word is solid, trust grows, and trust strengthens your relationships and reputation.
Responsibility also builds boundaries. You are responsible for your time. Do not allow others to waste it carelessly. You are
responsible for your energy. Tomorrow morning is your test. Win the first thought, and you win the day.